Hello everyone, my name is Katrin Brötz, and I'm a permanent makeup artist since more than 30 years now. I'm based in the Middle East and I'm an international trainer as well. And today we will talk about the topic microblading versus micropigmentation. We found out there is a lot of confusions, like almost 98, even I can say 99% of our clients are asking for microblading. And actually, we found out or we experienced that they are meaning something completely different. In our free consultation, when we are drawing beautiful eyebrows, and we are drawing already each single line hair by hair for the clients to really experience how the eyebrow will look after the service, the client is really happy and excited and she wants to do the service. And of course, before we are starting, we tell everyone, by the way, we are not blading. And then the client is really surprised and asking, but what are you doing? So then we explain that we are using micropigmentation because micropigmentation gives us much better options, and this is our technique of choice. And even technicians don't really know the difference. We have in our academy in Kuwait and here in Lebanon, almost every day, technicians working already in permanent makeup or in tattoo, asking for microblading training. And they can clearly see on our Instagram page that we are working with a machine. So even technicians don't really know the difference. So, and this is really something we would like to clarify a bit better and a bit more. Let's start with microblading. What is microblading? Blading, the word is saying it already. Blading comes from blade. This means in a manual technique with a blade, the technician will cut the skin and with this cut implement the pigments into the skin. The pro for this technique, the pro for microblading, is it's very easy to learn, very easy to handle. There's no vibration, there's no sound. There's a little bit sound, like the sound of the cut skin, which is not so nice, but of course no machine sound. And it's very easy to learn, very easy to handle, and it's much, much cheaper than the micropigmentation technique. The disadvantages of microblading are simply that because of the cut, the healing process is much, much more difficult for the skin. So it's more traumatic to the skin. We are seeing a lot of scars. It's very difficult to work on top of it, to do retouche services. The healing process needs longer and is more difficult. This is about your skin and the health of the client. The other part is for the artist and even for the results. Like with blading, it's only possible to do thin lines. But a real hair structure is not a line. A hair has a belly a little bit thicker, like in the center. Belly, yeah. And it has a very sharp tail. So this is something you cannot perform with the blade. It's not possible. And then it's very difficult to do, or maybe even impossible to do eyeliners, lips, covering camouflage, corrections. So there are a lot of services are not possible with the blade. Done with microblading, now we talk about micropigmentation. What is micropigmentation? Micropigmentation is the machine technique. We are using a device and we have a handpiece or demograph, and there we will have a very small needle, especially for lines, eyebrow, hairchen, hair signs. Sorry, my German is jumping in from time to time. We are using nano needle or 1-point needle for the hair sign. So the needle does this movement up and down very fast. So the needle will just put very, very small dots next to each other, and like this we can create a line. And the line can be thicker, thinner. We can really create natural looking hair and hair combinations. We even can cross the lines. We can go over the exact same line several times to play with the intensity of the color. We can do soft powder techniques, we can do camouflages, coloring, color correction, everything is possible with micropigmentation, with machine technique. The absolute pros for this technique, I actually explained already a little bit. It gives the artist a lot of possibilities for creativity. We can do everything. We can do eyebrows, eyeliner, lips. We can do lines. We can do hair creation, like thicker lines, thinner lines, combining in one hair even a thicker body with a sharp tail, which looks really elegant. We can do corrections. We can do color corrections, covering camouflages, filling with soft powder, eyeliners, filling between the lashes, lip camouflages. So everything is possible. Even medical pigmentation, scars, scalp pigmentation for men, everything is possible with micropigmentation. So this is for me the biggest advantage as an artist. What is the advantage for the clients? Of course, the outcome is much more beautiful because the artist can be much more creative. And it's so gentle to the skin. There's no bleeding. When it's done in the right way, there is no scars. There are no scars after the service. The healing process is very easy, very soft. Lips, by the way, are healing already after 3-4 days. So that's very comfortable for the clients. It looks beautiful immediately and a very easy and safe process. Of course, everything when it's done in the right and proper way. The only disadvantage I see personally for micropigmentation is that it's more effort and it needs more work and more learning for the technician to really handle and to really master this technique. It's a bit more difficult because we have the handpiece and there is a little bit of vibration. But I can tell you the handpieces are really advanced by now and much better than we had like 30 years ago. The training is more expensive because it needs more training. It needs always training, again and again, always to be up to date. And all the equipment, machine, needles, everything is more expensive. So this is for me what I see the only disadvantage. And for me personally, I always go for the best for my client, and that's why I don't like blading. I don't like personally the idea of cutting the skin of my clients. I don't like the results I'm seeing. I'm absolutely pro micropigmentation and love the artwork and the fine work we can do with it. Thank you for watching. I hope I could help you to understand the difference between microblading and micropigmentation. If you have more questions, leave them below and please subscribe.